So, greetings everyone. Today we will be understanding what is the role of incubator or incubators in development of your startups or in development of the promoters when you actually want to work as a successful entrepreneur. See, there is a way, and by virtue of that way, we try to become a successful entrepreneur, and it starts from very beginning stage. All these things we can do by our own. There is no doubt about it. There is a criteria. There is a definite way to show that how you will promote, how we will move ahead from one step to another step, which starts from your own entrepreneurship development. That how you develop yourself and you are ready to work as a promoter. Then after you go and you find that what kind of ideas you can work on, any special idea which can become need of your future customers. Then after you go for the proof of concept, proof of value, you make some prototyping work, and then after you go for minimum viable product. You try to get it checked that minimum viable product is actually a minimum viable product or it is not so. So when you are confident about it that yes, minimum viable product is actually a minimum viable product and it is having something on the grounds of its value proposition. Value proposition means this, that if any customer is going to buy your product or going to buy your services, they are going to get some value out of it. So the benefits which they are going to get or they are expecting from you against the cost they are going to pay. And after that, you slowly and slowly move towards your products, move towards minimum viable product to minimum lovable product. Now, this is the complete journey of an entrepreneur's product. Meanwhile, you also incorporate a company, maybe a private limited company or maybe a firm. Now, the option is this, that whether you can really do it or you cannot do it. So, if you want to do it by your own, you can do it. But at the same time, if you want to take help from any of the incubation center, that is the facility which we will be talking today. So all these benefits can be taken from the incubation centers which are already there in our country in today's time. So in today's time, we are having approximately 650 incubation centers, and out of which approximately 450 incubation centers are supported by different ministries of India or the departments of India, and some of them are supported by more than one ministries and more than one department. And that is why to get those kind of benefits, we go and we take help from any of the incubation center. Now, how will you come to know about these incubation centers? So there is a one website known as startupindia.gov.in. You can go and you can find that which are the all incubation centers which are working in your area, and then after which are the sectors they are offering their services. So mostly all the incubation centers they are serving some specific industry or some specific sectors. Just like say that we are serving at edtech means in education technology, we are serving at fintech in financial technology, we are serving at retail consumer kind of goods, so that is also there. So we are having specialization in deep technology, and then after what kind of deep technology in agri-tech, if you are, so there are some verticals where generally these incubation centers are giving or providing services. So now when you find that yeah, this incubation center or these incubation centers are useful to you, then after you can apply in such kind of incubation centers to get such kind of help. Now, interestingly, all the facilities, either you talk about the corporate world or you talk about the international organizations or ministries or universities or individuals or a group of investors or the facility of co-incubation, these all are coming to the startups via some of the incubation centers. And it is also correct and right to some extent that individually, if all of any of these and these group or ministry or corporate world, they want to individually want to handhold startup, it becomes very tedious for them to make a record and to understand daily requirement of the startups. So it is always better that they provide these helps through some way, and that way is what? That is the incubation centers. So then after, if you try to understand that these are the incubation centers, if you are in Delhi, you think that this is the incubation center, it is near to my place, serving in my area. Then after you can go to their website. In today's time, application for being a pre-incubator or being an incubator, that is available online in all the incubation centers, and websites are also very easily it is available. You can google it, you can find the website, then after you can apply. Now what kind of facilities you will be getting? See, in any of the incubation center there are different type of facilities which are provided. Now it depends totally upon you that what you are looking for. So if you are at idea stage and you think that you need some help in the journey where you are going to develop your minimum viable product. So, in the development of your minimum viable product, what kind of services you require, that comes under pre-incubation. So, you can find the template where it is written that apply for being a pre-incubator. You can go and you can apply there. Generally, very little information is required over there, and then after you can simply apply. Now, what kind of help you will be getting? If you are having an idea, it is good. Even if you are not having an idea, there are some stages to develop your idea, starting from the problem identification, then after converting it to the need, understanding your own capabilities, and then to find out that whether it is a really an opportunity or not. If it is a really an opportunity, you can go and you can try to access or evaluate the market. And then after you can find that, yeah, this is the opportunity I'm going to work on, and this is the way I am going to do so. Then after you go and you try to get a prototype ready. Once a prototype is ready, then after you go for a minimum viable product. Now here you require some help from some good kind of laboratories, or and then after center of excellence, or some other way by which you can test your product. Is it really working on the desired way you thought that this kind of value proposition you are going to give or not? If so, then after you generally you go for some kind of IPRs which are applicable, which you can get for your technology, which you can get for your product, maybe design registration, or maybe some kind of some kind of patent. So till this point, all these facilities comes under pre-incubation, and many of the incubation centers they are facilitating you. Now, one term comes as a pre-seed fund. Pre-seed fund is that fund which is generally required or generally you are spending in development of the product. That means in pre-incubation phase. So there are a number of schemes by the government of India by which you can at least get some financial help. And not only this, if you want to get some help from some laboratories or testing your product, or you want to work in some labs, some state of art kind of laboratories, so that facility is also there. But yeah, it is always better to go through some incubation center. If your product is ready, then after the next stage comes that you will have to incorporate a firm or a company. So generally, if you are going to apply in some incubation centers, they say that it should be recognized startup. So the process of applying for a startup, that is not that tedious. Even in the same website, startupindia.gov.in, you can go and you can apply. And once you apply in few days, in 2 to 3 days, you get a status of a startup by getting a number which is known as DPIIT number. So then after you are having a company also with you, you are having a DPIIT number is also with you. If required, you can also go for Udyam registration, which is the registration under the Ministry of MSME. Then after the next stage comes that how you are going to move into the market in very quick way. So this is where there are a number of things which are required, which is generally comes under product market fit, and to scale up your marketing strategies. Then after a number of times we also find to get some growth hackers who can help you in or making or designing some kind of strategies. And then after you can move in a very exponential way. So for that also you find that incubation centers are helping you in many of the incubation centers. Some people are working, one is taking care of marketing, one is taking care of HR. These are not limited only for the incubation centers. They are also extending these helps to their incubatees. And in the market, if you really want to take some help from, or if you want to find some good kind of mentor or the investor. So individually, it becomes very difficult because you are not having that number of contacts with VC firms or international organizations. So it is always suggested that you can always go and you can find your way through the help you are actually getting from incubation centers. So this is the role of these are the role of incubation centers. But many of the times it is also seen that your appropriate incubation center is not at your place. Maybe you are residing in Delhi, and some incubation center is in Bangalore, and you want to take their benefits. So here it comes about the virtual incubation. So virtual incubation is also one option. You can apply as a virtual incubator to such kind of incubation centers. Here, except getting an office space, you are entitled to get all other benefits which are there for a regular incubator. So that is also a very good option. If you are already incubating physically, you are associated with any incubation center as incubating. With the scheme of co-incubation, you can also get benefits at the same time as a virtual incubator with any of the incubation center. These days, I am seeing that some international institutes and organizations are also offering their services to the startups in India, registered in India, that they can also take the benefits of their incubation centers. And generally, it is taken up to get their market accessibility globally. So, if you want to sell your product in US market or European Union market, so there it is actually very beneficial. Now it comes about the incubation period. How much is the incubation period? Incubation period is the time for which incubation centers are generally giving you the benefits. This totally depends upon the agreement which you are signing with your incubation center. Generally, it is for 2 year and which may be extended for 1 more year. So you can expect for 3 years you will be associated with some of the incubation center and taking all those benefits. Now, the last but most important part is about the funding. Now, incubation centers are always having number of schemes, and these schemes are coming via different sources. So, these schemes are available with the incubation center. You can always go and you can have an interaction with the investment manager or the CEO of the incubation center. He will be giving you more clarity that your company or your product and the stage where you are, which scheme is most appropriate for you, and you can apply and you can take those benefits also. So these fund which are coming as a seed fund, that was the pre-seed which we were talking about at the time of the pre-incubation. Here I am talking about the seed fund. It's generally of three kind. Number one is as an investment where you are diluting your equity. Number two is as a grant. It is always a good way and choice, the fund which you need not to repay, but at the same time you will have to submit a utilization certificate. The third one is in form of loan, where common loan is also there. Investment this CCD is also there, compulsory convertible notes, or maybe in the form of optional kind of convertible notes. So these options are also there. So you can have a discussion with the appropriate person of the incubation center where you are interested, and then after you can apply over there. So we are also having an incubation center in Delhi, and the name of the incubation center is IGDTUW Anveshan Foundation. So you can also search our website anveshanfoundation.org. Our incubation center is serving to the women entrepreneur and women enterprises. So you can also visit our incubation center, or you can virtually you can see our website if you think that this is helpful to you. There also you can apply, and otherwise there are number of incubation centers. Private people, corporate worlds are also coming in this sector. They are really interested to help such kind of entrepreneurs where you are having some zeal or you want to do something. So these facilities are always there. So this is all I wanted to communicate with you. So if you are having any questions, you can contact us through Startup Warner or the company B Boss Technologies LLP. Thank you. Thanks for today.